Logic is futile. Welcome to today's topic, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Coach Tobias Forst, founder of Achilles Life Coaching, decade-long recipient of narcissistic abuse, and I've saved myself from it. And I will support you in achieving the same for your own life. Logic, ladies and gentlemen, when dealing with narcissists, has its limits, but it also has its perks. The limits of logic are that you cannot re-educate the narcissist. You cannot teach the narcissist, because in their world, whatever they feel and perceive is reality, and this reality is the only reality. So you will not be able to convince them with logic. That is why, as some form of Star Trek Borg would say, logic is futile. But it has its perks, it has its benefits in different arenas. When logic and reality and facts are on your side, it helps you establish healthy boundaries against the narcissist. Logic helps you, as a side effect, when your explanation toward the narcissist, your boundary setting toward the narcissist happens in front of other people, it has the side effect of exposing them, of shaming them, especially as a reply that entirely dismantles whatever bogus they tried to throw at you. So in today's video, we will go through a personal experience of mine, and that happened a few years ago. I was living with my then girlfriend in an apartment that had a beautiful big terrace, and the terraces of this building were located above and behind the other apartments. And I often smoked cigars out there on the terrace, and there was one neighbor, one female neighbor, that had a very big problem with that. And she wasn't the one directly above, but the one above that neighbor. None of the other neighbors had any problem at any point whatsoever with me smoking cigars, but the lady 2 floors up certainly did. Calling her a lady is a bit unfair to you ladies, but let's just call her the woman, the neighbor. And she tried with triangulation to force me to stop smoking cigars, which was out of the question. So triangulation didn't work, to cut this brief preface short, and she was forced to approach me in person, and I already knew with her attempts to coerce my then girlfriend, which didn't work, that I needed to regulate that particular woman and put her in her place. So it was only a matter of time until she came by. And when I opened the door, sometime during the morning, she was visibly shaking from anger. You saw it in her face, and she was standing there, and the body was an earthquake. She didn't even greet me, didn't even bother with that, and said, your smoke is hurting me. And I told her to relax and calm down, offered her a glass of water, offered her to step in, and on the way through the apartment out on the terrace, because I still had half a cigar going, and I wouldn't extinguish it just for her, for that matter. She didn't even realize it, because she was so under aggression-based stress. She declined the water. We sat across from each other, and the wind took the puffs of smoke wherever, in different directions, and she started with her first story of complaint. You're smoking from 8 in the morning to 10 p.m. in the evening. And I already knew that something was afoul. And I did the math on the way, and I told her, okay, let's say you might be correct with that. Let's go through the numbers. 8 to 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. is 14 hours. One cigar is 10 euros. That would make 140 euros per day. About 4,000 euros plus per month. About 50,000 euros per year. Do you think that is the case, that I'm blowing that much money? And at that point, she immediately started deflecting, because the logic was sound, reality, facts were on my side, and with a sly smile, I exposed her nonsense like that. So she had two choices: either become much more aggressive and repeat. Many narcissists tend to repeat the same, like a broken record. It's funny at first if you see it, but it's really sick in a way. They're just playing the same record. This would have been one choice, which she didn't take. She opted for option 2. And option 2 was change the arena, open up a new setting. And the new setting was that my cigar smoke was causing her physical pain and even injury with regards to asthma or something like that. And she kept on explaining. There she started repeating many of the aspects. And I told her, you know, funny thing is that no other neighbor, closer neighbors all around, have ever complained about any of this in any way. Yeah, but for me this is a problem. So you see, no facts, just a claim. And then I thought I'd play a game with her and enforcing a strict boundary and putting her in her place. And I gazed out on the horizon and asked her, without looking at her, "Do you feel that?" "What? Are you familiar?" I asked her. "Are you familiar with Fujin?" "With who?" Fujin, the Japanese god of the wind. Because what you are describing is the wind having a consciousness and maybe even a divine will behind it. Because I exhaled a puff of smoke. That was dissipated immediately everywhere. And I told her, you see, if Fujin were at work here right now, he would do what you were describing. He would encapsulate that puff of smoke, and with malintent and at a precise 45-degree angle, he would levitate that wind-encapsulated puff of smoke straight, without releasing any wisps of cigar smoke, to the neighbor between us, right up to your apartment, where your door is slightly opened, and with a divine force pushing that smoke into your apartment, causing you the detriment that you have explained so vividly just now. She was very puzzled. She tried interrupting me in between. I cut this out of the story right now to make it as brief as possible. And I exposed that I see her, that I see that this is nonsense. And then I took a look at my watch and said, "Is it 11 already? My next appointment is waiting online. Thank you for voicing your concerns. I'm sure that we will find a way, but Miss So-and-so, if we're honest, who are you and I, mere mortals, to question the will of a god? I will escort you to the door. Thank you for stopping by. Let's go." So you see, when it comes to re-educating a narcissist with their bogus structures and argumentative framework they're trying to push on you, logic doesn't yield for you, ladies and gentlemen, what it does in every of your other interactions with healthy, normal people. Mutual learning, coming to a conclusion, to updating knowledge, to finding new ideas, to convincing somebody or be convinced by somebody. That is not what happens when you come with logic, reality, and facts in a setting with a narcissist. What does, however, happen? It sets healthy boundaries, and you can even have some fun while doing so. And the side effect is reactive public shaming in case it happens in front of other people. When you hear lies toward you, and you counter and dismantle them, dissipate them like the cigar smoke, with facts and reality on your side. So keep that in mind, use logic, set healthy boundaries. Logic will not yield to you what you might expect, but it has very good perks and benefits when it comes to you setting boundaries for them. Be your own hero, be your own heroine. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.